Hello everyone, this is White Wolf. I hope everyone is doing well. And we're going to be going live, and I wanted to talk about aligning to the revelations that is going on in the collective, the revealing, the looking in, filling the void, understanding that we are an awareness. And I was getting this visual of our inner child, our present self, and our future self kind of blending together, kind of being meshed together, kind of like a Marvel movie image that I was receiving. And when I was receiving this, it seemed like the inner child, the present self, and the future self comes right into balance so that there is this perfect demonstration of truth, unity, unconditional love, universal love, but also creating from the vortex and seeing ourselves as a vortex, seeing ourselves as a realm, seeing ourselves as consciousness, as energy, as fluidity, and as a progressive energy, how it expands upon every moment and how it aligns to every single individuation, and every time it needs to divide what it needs to multiply and to expand upon the exponents, and seeing ourselves as that particle accelerator, seeing ourselves as that tiny little dot of energy that generates this different cosmic energy of wanting to align to its own mechanics, of its own worthiness, of its own demonstration of truth and elevation and awareness, and just seeing yourself as that vortex of creation. When you see yourself as that, it means that you're completely pure in your decision making, in your actions, in your words, in your explanations, in your speech patterns, and the way that you go about life directly, because you're coming from a direct source. So there's not this void that you have to fill anymore, but there's this fulfillment that you have inside of yourself in each moment, knowing that you're accepting it as it is. It's quantum acceptance. It's a true acceptance beyond your own personal bias. And you're changing the direct perception, and you're changing how you feel. You're changing how you sense and how you perceive, and seeing yourself as a culmination and an encapsulation of energy. And you're aligning to your prophetic nature, knowing that your life is a prophecy, knowing that your life is designed in a way to generate from its own vortex, to generate from its own divine feminine and divine masculine, but understanding with the imagination of the inner child implemented within that will allow you to attract the future into the present. That's why I made that correlation of the inner child, the present moment, and the future being this atomic bomb of energy that allows you to transcend everything that you're encompassing upon, to transcend the conditioning, to transcend and to expose and to have revelations upon the moment that you're in at this exact moment. Meaning that you're exact on how you multiply, meaning you're very exact on how much you subtract and how much you include and how much you exclude, because you are that energy, that vortex of energy, that vortex that creates. So you are not the void, but you are the emptiness of awareness. You are the truth of the awareness, and you are the activation of becoming supernaturally organic, meaning that there is no need to panic at all, because the truth is here, the truth is now, and accepting that truth, knowing that we delve deep inside of ourselves so that we're able to be that genuine source of energy. And when you are a vortex, that means that you have come full circle within your journey, because you're always coming back around, and you're always like the boomerang that comes back to the person that thrown the boomerang. That means that you have no end. That means you are infinity. That means that you are the extension of energy that you're trying to become within your meditations. And it means that you can't fake anything. It means you are true. It means you are real. It means you are becoming reality itself. And it means that you're not identifying with being a person anymore, any longer, any thoughts or emotions, but you're seeing yourself as a progressive energy. You're seeing yourself as an energy that is an immovable object that cannot be stopped. That means everything in the realm of infinite possibilities becomes very possible in this exact moment. So I'll bring it back around because I want to really make sense of what this visual that I had. So the inner child, your present self, and your future self. Meaning, it was showing me like this marble infusion of the inner child, the present self, and the future self coming in together. And it means it's a blending of the youthfulness and old energy. Youthfulness, maturity, unity, faith, trust, balance. Meaning that this is the complete transmutation and the transfiguration of the soul, becoming its own cosmic vortex. Now I know might be very far out there, but what I was receiving, and I was having this conversation with my girlfriend, and she was kind of giving me some visuals she was receiving. But what I was receiving from what she was talking about, and then it was just downloaded immediately. So I had to get this message out, and I think it's very essential for you, because it seems like we're all trying to blend into the energy that we're trying to become. It's not about who we're trying to become, but it's about purifying where you're coming from instead of where you're going. And it means where you're going is leading you into many different configurations of energy, but many different directions, and many different choices, and many different parallel realities that are coalescing and simultaneously coalescing inside of one, and giving you that direct path of quantum acceptance with truth, and wanting to reveal and to expose and to delve deep inside of yourself always, to know that every time that you embark on another stage of what you want to become, you're becoming all of it. That means you're encompassing the environment, the landscape, the time, the reality, the realm that you're encompassing upon. Means that you're immersing yourself in it, and that you have learned how to separate yourself from what you think you are instead of what you know you are. And you learn how to transform and expand and find that direct sense of enlightenment in each moment, seeing the beauty inside of everything. Literally anything. It could be science, it could be flowers, it could be life, it could be jumping up and down, it could be dancing. That there's beauty and there's creation and there's particles, and there's a reason why that happens to us. There's a reason why creation exists, because the only reason why it would exist in the first place is the very fact that it wants to be alive in here and in the now present moment. So some of you are like, what? And it's okay, because I'm kind of like, what right now? Because some of the stuff that I even talk about, I don't fully understand, but I understand it when it's supposed to be channeled. And the biggest reason why I wanted to do this live was because I felt like people are going through so many different changes and healing and letting go and wanting better emotions, wanting more fulfilling relationships, wanting to manifest even more in their own direct experience. So really giving it more meaning, and not really assuming much, but changing the polarity of what it means to tap into light and tap into dark, so that we're able to go about it in such a way that it makes it very cerebral, and it makes it very vivid, and it makes it interchangeable. And then we allow ourselves to set a goal or a vision, and we're able to find these prophetic visions and put them into the universe and project that out there, and project those vibrations and those molecules and those particles and those different waves of energy and frequency, so that then we're able to swirl within our own vortex and really come full circle. So I know some of you are like, how do I do that? I don't think it's about how. I don't think it's about when. But I think it's making the precise choice. Do I want to be the revelation? Do I want to be the prophecy? Do I want to be the vortex? And choosing to be that, and knowing that you are the creator of your life and your world and your design. So it's kind of like choosing to be the actor of your life, choosing to live out this configuration, choosing to live out this life progression, and learning how to navigate through all of its different and many different challenges and tribulations and energies and healing and letting go, and immersing yourself within it and enjoying it, even though there might be times where you don't enjoy it. But it leads you to more happiness, prominence, being prosperous, and seeing the simplicity and when it doesn't seem complex. And I think that's what's beautiful about this entire cosmic game. So I want to thank you guys for being on the live so far. I hope you guys stay tuned, because I think we're going to do a meditation as well to kind of wrap this up. I do healing energy, I do meditations, I do psychic readings and healings that you guys can book private sessions for 1 hour for $120. And I do live readings as well for $15 donations. So what I wanted to really relay was that when we choose to be more than what we think we are, we're choosing to be strong, we're choosing to be wise, and we're choosing unconditional love and universal love, but being a vessel so that that universal love and that discernment can be given to the entire planet. Because there's a lot of people right now that feel lost. They don't feel like they have a home. But you are the home. Home is where the heart is. And I believe that's where that expression really stems from. Knowing that home is where the heart is. And if you follow your heart and you follow your desire and you follow your passions and you follow becoming that full circle moment of that vortex, of that inner child and the feminine and the masculine, but also the empowerment, the negativity, and the positivity that you're trying to discern from. And you're trying to bring a sense of awareness there, realizing that you're not the void, but you're the energy that fills the void up. You are the container of everything that is cosmic, that is divine, that is of awareness and energy. Meaning that you're not the void that you're trying to fill, you are what fills the void up. Does that make sense? I hope it does. And when I say that, because I'm trying to make sense of it at this moment in time, because I had no clue I was going to even talk about any of this, because usually when I channel, I have no clue what I'm going to talk about. So I'm understanding it as you guys are understanding it. And I think that's what's beautiful, because you could literally not even like study something, but something can just come out of you. It could be you complimenting somebody. It could you be helping somebody. It could just you being of service in some way. In this creation just comes out of you as your divine channel for that brief moment. And you see the beauty and the transcendence in the methodical way of how creation manifests itself. How it just miraculously does, how organically it does, and how effortlessly creation just flows and manifests itself as life, as appearances, as light, as people, faces, memories, different states of consciousness, places and things. They all have an attachment to something. They all have a reason to be here. They have a transcendent reason to be here, to immerse itself and to figure out why we are here. So that's the gist of the revelation that I got, the prophetic vision that I got. And it was so interesting because when I saw it, it was like the child inside of yourself, the present moment and the future self literally coming in, and it generated this perfected person. And what I really think it's describing is us really aligning to our higher selves and becoming that higher self so that we can more imbibe the soul and really become the God of our life. So, because I always have this catchphrase, if you've never watched this before, the Oracle of Love, Light, and Wisdom. So what that was depicting and what that was showing us was, obviously I don't mean to repeat myself, but it means that they're just gelling together to make the perfect, enlightened, unified, loving, unconditional, prolific, emphatic person, blending in all of its aspects of the masculine, the feminine, the inner child, the light and the dark, and channeling your higher self. So it's kind of like a sandwich, a cosmic sandwich. Just get the mayonnaise, get the ham, sprinkle the salt, whatever you need, vinegar. And that was that. But it's more than that. It's very prolific and profound if you look at it in that way. And seeing your human evolution and seeing how you don't react to certain things or get triggered by certain things, or this person doesn't really affect you because you've cut that tie or that energetic cord. It's amazing to see where we are at now as a human species, and seeing where we need work and what I need to work with as well, because even though I deliver the message, doesn't mean I'm perfect. But that's the point, is that you don't have to be. And that's the beauty of it, because it's not flawless. Because tomorrow I can give this message and then I drop a glass on the floor and then I have to deal with that. Right? We get tested all the time. The divine tests us, but it's firm and fair and loving and always wise. So I think I've got what I needed to get through, but we're going to do a meditation. So I hope you guys enjoy the meditation that happens, and I hope that you stay tuned for the meditation and just allow it to be powerful, to be impactful, to be very loving. Also book private sessions if you need to. They're $120 for 1-hour sessions. And also if you see me go live, I do live readings as well. Okay, so as the meditation starts, allow yourself to just sit in the yogi stance or in a chair, or even lay down, or you can do jumping jacks. It doesn't matter what you do, but you can focus on an object, but just allow yourself to feel the power of the vortex swirling through you, knowing that you are what penetrates awareness, you are the breakdown that turns into a breakthrough, and you are what breaks the mold and the thresholds that bind us to certain energetic configurations. Everybody take a deep breath. Just have acceptance, be loving, be caring, and just allow yourself to really blend in with your inner child, with your masculine, with your feminine, with your light, with your dark, and allow yourself to have the transfiguration of the soul when you really become the light body, and when you really start to channel your higher self and tapping into that psychic intuition so that you can be that psychic atomic bomb. Not in a negative sense, but to be the revelation, to be the exposure, to know that you are the prophecy that's laid before you. That you're purifying where you're coming from instead of where you're going. And you're becoming the emphatic, prolific channel of your own divinity, of your own individuation of creation, which is that power that is just sourcing and beaming through you. You are not the void itself, but you are the void that fills the void. You are what fills up the void so that it can appear and be aware and actually be that. You are what makes up the molecules, the protons, the atoms, the matter, the dead space. You are that. You are that particle accelerator. That little mustard seed of greatness that turns into something divine and beautiful and explosive and immersive. and seeing yourself as that. And it's just like, boom. And then the reverberation of that, the ripple effect, the waves of frequency. I wear something around my wrist that says, fate whispers to the warrior that you cannot withstand the storm. And the warrior whispers back at fate that I am the storm. The little needle in the haystack, the eye of the hurricane, if you will, everything that is a part of creation. Every lifetime, every argument, every limiting belief can either be a creation of light or a creation of negativity. But accept it as a revelation. Without the life, we really can't have the knowledge. Without being receptive, then we can't really obtain, not physically, but metaphysically. Then we can't really obtain it. And then when we're able to channel it, we're able to transform it. Then we are able to discern, to be wise, to be crystal clear in whatever we do. We cannot drink enough water to become the mineral that water produces. That's why water seems very boring to drink. At least I feel that way. But we cannot drink enough of it to become the mineral that we require, because our body is made of 70% of water. But we are that water, we are like water. That's why we be like it, because there is that fluidity. Without the sense of illusion, we won't really know ourselves on how to create more illusions and appearances and creation. And this is where we tap into that creation that is not infiltrated or penetrated, but we are what tries to delve deep in to that vortex, to see it, to actualize it, to expand upon it, to change exponentially, so that there is this repetition on how we want to create and generate out of our lives. And in this moment, you're not focused on your thoughts or your emotions or your life or the troubles or the circumstances or the experiences. That's why you've completely channeled out the world for that brief moment. And there is just that peace and bliss and relaxation and that complete syncopation of who you want to become in that moment. This is eternal life. This is infinity. This could be immortality if you think of it that way. This is where we see ourselves as consciousness. This is when we become the oracle of love, light, and wisdom in its most proper form. Whatever felt dilapidated is now fresh, renewed, reborn, updated. Now and forever. Everyone take one last deep breath. Seemed very powerful. I hope it was for all of you who was watching the meditation. I hope it was very powerful for you guys. And thank you for tuning into this live and listening to it. And I will post this on YouTube, White Wolf the Oracle, BitChute, White Wolf the Oracle, 23_ symbol if you need to watch it again. Instagram, White Wolf 4741. And obviously you see me on TikTok. And also you guys can book private sessions. $120 for an hour, and I do live psychic readings and healings where I accept donations. So thank you guys so much for attuning to this message, and if you didn't get anything from it, just really allow yourselves to see that we are more than what meets the eye. We are more organic, and we are more creative, and we are more prolific than we think we are. Just always focus on the expansion, the revelation, and the accumulation of that preferred knowledge. Thank you guys. God bless. Namaste. And so it is. God bless.